What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do light through text. It's a really cool effect, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is create a new composition, so I'm just going to go right here to create a new composition. You can see here I have this in 1080, but for the sake of this video I'm going to go ahead and change it to 720, so I'm going to drop down the preset menu. And you can see here there's all kinds of different settings all the way up to 4K and all that. So I'm just going to go right here to 720. So it's 1280 by 720 with 25 frames per second. And my background color is just going to stay black. Okay, now we have the new composition. The next thing we want to do is go to preview and make sure the settings are the same as your composition. So right here, all I'm worried about really is the frame rate, and you can see it's at 25 frames per second. So we are good there. Let's go ahead and change the resolution to half, since we're showing half right here. You want all these to match up so you have the best preview rendering. So all that's good. So we're going to go ahead and click on this part and right click, go to new and text. So now we have our text right here. It says empty layer. So we're just going to click right here and type in our text. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to type in text. And there we have it. It's really small. So what we're going to do now is scale this. So we're going to go ahead and click here and press S. And what that does is it gives you the scale option. So I'm just going to take it right here and scale it up. Maybe a little more. About right there, it looks good. You're going to go right here to your selection tool and go ahead and move this over. And I'm going to go ahead and spread it out to where I want it. About right there looks good. Now you got to be careful with this because it is really sensitive. Like if you move this, it can get all whacked out. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it right there. And the next thing I want to do is go to align. And I want to align this perfectly in the composition. I'm going to press that and that. And it lines it up perfectly within the composition. So now that we got that, we're going to go back over here. And we want to actually duplicate this layer. So to do that, we're going to press Control and D. And there we have a duplication of the text. Now the part where the light's going to reflect is you're going to need a white text. So whatever color you want here, it can be any color, it don't have to be red. I'm just doing it in red. So I'm going to go ahead and name this. If you press enter, you can actually rename it. I'm going to name it red, because obviously I know it's just a text. And right here I'm going to rename this, and again I'm going to press enter and rename this to white. So I have a white text and a red text. Okay, so now you actually need to change this because both of these are red. So the red's going to stay red and the white is the one you actually need to change. So if you double click this, it brings you to this little character menu here, and you can change all kind of settings here, but we're not going to mess with any of this. I'm going to keep the font and all that the same. I'm just going to change the color to white because that's what's going to reflect the light. Okay. So now we have that. So now what you want to do, you actually want the white above the red. Like that. Now what will happen when we put the light on there, it'll just show the red text. So to do that, you want to go to your effects and presets, and you want to type in radial, and you want to go down here to radial fast blur, and you're going to move this to your white text you have. So right there you can see the little light coming off of it. You actually want to come over here and move the amount to 100. I'm going to keep this on standard. You can move it to brightest or darkest, but since I have a black composition, it's really not going to do much. So like I said, I'm just going to keep it on standard. I think it looks pretty good like that. And you can see this is the center. You can see the numbers moving right here when I move this over. So right there you can see the light shining right through the red text. So what we can do now is we can set our keyframes. And you want to stay on the white text, you don't want to move to the red. You want to stay on the white. So we're going to go ahead and click the time watch for center and amount. And I'm actually going to set the amount to 0. And I'm going to move a little bit over and go ahead and set the amount to 100. Now you can see the keyframes right there. Now if you want to adjust these, press U and it pops up your keyframes here. So center, you have a keyframe, and then amount, you have 2 keyframes because I had it set to 100 and the other one set to 0. So you can see right here it's set to 0 and then it just comes in with the light. Okay, so now that we got that, I'm going to move to about 5 seconds, and this is where we'll mess with the amount. So right here, or where we'll mess with the center. Right here we have the center, and you can see the lights moving. If you have it on the left side, the light's going to reflect to the right. If you have it on the right side, the light's going to reflect to the left. So I'm actually going to start over here, and I have my keyframe right there, as you can see, and I'm going to go ahead and move this over like so. So when it comes in, it's actually moving across the text. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So right there you can see it move along your text. And now what you can do is, if say you want it to move back, you can move it a little bit over and go ahead and move this back, and it'll automatically set another keyframe, as you can see right there. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Looks pretty good. And now what I'm going to do is, I don't want the light just to stay there because that'll just look weird. So I'm actually going to make the light fade out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set a keyframe right here for amount. But we're not going to go right here. We're going to go ahead and go down here to amount and set a keyframe ourselves. So we're going to set another amount keyframe there, and you can see it set at 100. And we'll move a little bit over, not right on 10 seconds, but pretty close to it. And then we'll set the amount to 0. And what that does is just makes the light fade out. So let's see what that looks like. And you can see there that that looked pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with this. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later.